Feminism is a scam. A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real and that I was a victim of the wage gap. Now that I understand the true motives of feminism, I know that this could not be further from the truth, and that modern-day feminism is a war on true masculinity. Before women had the right to vote, most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that. Rockefeller started funding feminist campaigns in media, and as a consequence of the movement, women started entering the workforce and leaving the home. Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit at its core. Feminism is defined as the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. But in the West, I must ask, what rights do men have that women don't? Modern feminists are convincing women that hookup culture, using hormonal birth control, and not shaving is liberation. That toxic masculinity is prevalent and the patriarchy must be dismantled. Through movies and media, we're taught that working for the man, climbing the corporate ladder, and paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising the next generation. Women have lost touch with our natural loving instincts, and birth rates are plummeting. Men and women are not the same. And by protesting for equality of outcome rather than opportunity, feminists are demonizing and emasculating men.
Shalom. Call halayim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, to the Akim doing the work in truth and sincerity, as well as the few Akawat that listen and learn. And this is Brother Shawar with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And this is part 2 of The Most High is Not With Feminism. And in this part, I just want to deal with pretty much the marriage aspect of, the relationship between a man and a woman, and then the purpose of it, and what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, who was in rulership today, particularly the elite banking families, what they have turned it into, and they've turned it into a weapon to, and before I even continue, man, everything you got to understand, everything they do is aimed at the Israelite man. It's now, and I mentioned this in my last video, it's affected everybody, but everything they do is aimed at the Israelite man. And this is now why this, what you call the red pill, it's manosphere guys, are speaking out, and, it's like a whole, I guess you could say, revolution of just masculinity. Really, it's the spirit of the Lord, It started with, the apostles and elders, man. They were the first ones to get on YouTube, really, and start, going in on the women, from the spiritual aspect, man, or from a spiritual angle. That's really where it started, man. It's because it's the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai ultimately. But now, you have a whole bunch of people talking about it because it's now affecting everyone else. When it was just Jake being affected, nobody cares, that's how anything goes. But because now all the other nations, especially the Edomites, are being affected by it too, it's a whole bunch of men speaking out and movements like MGTOW and, Red Pill, like I said, because other nations are involved now. But nonetheless, that video, the first clip, man, that I just played, 'cause I'm gonna play another one. But it's facts, man. She was speaking facts. She was just dropping knowledge, man, because you see who's behind it. And this is why, and we don't like to get on the women really because, at the end of the day, we understand what's going on. This is the Lord putting us through this. Honestly, it's due to the curses, and women they're gonna get in order when all hell breaks loose anyway. The women are gonna come regardless, man, because the Lord is, Lord willing to be a part of the elect, man. The Lord is gonna, a woman isn't gonna be it's gonna be a lasting on your mind, especially in the times that we're coming into in Jacob's trouble. We're gonna have to survive, and we're just not gonna be thinking about women. Matter of fact, man, Isaiah 4:1, is going to take place, 7 women taking hold of 1 man, representing completion. So a complete number of women, man. And, you're probably not even going to want to deal with women in that day. They're going to be more of a hindrance than anything. But it's still these are still problems, man, that we touch on in the spirit because it's about edification. So like I said, I want to go into pretty much just again the woman's purpose, man, and then kind of connected to marriage, and Lord willing, it won't be too long. But let's get this in the book of Sirach to start out. Matter of fact, let me get this in Genesis, the 2nd chapter, before I get that. So this is Genesis 2:18. It reads, and the Lord power said, matter of fact, let me just read it like this, Salakia. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. So, and helpmeet, man, that is point blank period, man. That is the purpose of a woman. It's because you see everybody has their role in your nation, in society. Even today, even though everything is all messed up, and Esau has made everything wicked and vain, and we're pretty much in servitude to the elites, but nonetheless, you still have a role to play in society that you play on a day-to-day basis, But in righteousness, man, when you deal with the nation of Israel and what the Lord is getting ready to restore, women have a place in the nation, man. They got a place a role to play, and it's an important role. But see, they've been taught to not. They've basically been taught to hate that role, man. To hate everything that comes with being a helpmeet for a man. And this is how we live in a very satanic and wicked society, because it's all backwards, And there's women speaking out about it now because the Lord is turning the tides, man. Things are, righteousness is back in the earth, man. Starting with the hopeful elect, with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Going back to Abba Bivens, really. And then so yeah, man, this is what's happening. The Lord is putting that spirit back into the earth, but these women are so far removed from their natural order that they truly believe that this is a bad thing. They really believe that being a helpmeet for your man is, it's disgusting. They think it's, they shit on it, man. They hate it. But this is the best thing you could be as a woman. But see, feminism, this is what feminism does, and it destroys the family. It destroys the family, which is the backbone to a society, which keeps a society pretty much, and a nation of people, more importantly, functioning, properly. Right. So let's get into it. This is Sirach 26, starting at the top. It reads, blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. Right. So the woman is supposed to be a man's peace, man. And let's get this word virtuous. Let's just look it up real quick. So this is just a Google definition, and it says virtuous, righteous, good, moral, morally correct, which is huge. A lot of women are just, a lot of people, but we're dealing with women right now, are just morally incorrect, man. Their morals, what they believe and what they stand on is either nothing, vain, or just wicked. And it's corrupt. It's corrupted the minds of the people, and that really goes back to Esau, Edom, the elites, as that the girl was talking about in the video. This is something that they were funding, and of course, it was aimed at the Israelites, because they brought the so-called white people brought it over to Eve, man, and Eve ate it up, just like the serpent. Going back to the serpent in the garden, at the beginning, man, in Genesis, in the time of Genesis. So it's the same thing, man. Let's read a couple more of these traits, though. There's a lot, but see, let's go to when you go to 2, it says what? A virgin, which good luck finding a virgin. Chaste, maidenly, pure, free from sin, flawless, spotless, undefiled, uncorrupted, innocent, modest, decorous, wholesome. So there you go, man. And this is how women, are really supposed to be, man. This is how a woman used to be in the ancient world. As I said in my other lesson, it was it was honorable for a woman to, to be an actual woman, man, to serve a man, to have children, to help forward a man's legacy, to take care of the household, to nurture the kids. This is the role of a woman. There's nothing wrong with it, man. It's just, this is the nation, when you're dealing with